Good afternoon to all. First of all, I thank the organizers for giving me this opportunity. So, I know the mentality of students. Already you are very tired and hungry. So, considering the shortage of time, I will try to complete within 15 minutes. So, my topic is challenges in conservation of medicinal plants. This is a very important topic as far as medicinal plants are concerned. So you are all practicing Siddha based preparation of Siddha formulations and validation, everything, but we are concentrating on conservation and developing varieties, agro technologies and agro value added products. So before going to the topic, I start with the words of the father of Green Revolution. Our national food security depends on our ability to conserve all about biological wealth. This is very, very important. So as you all know, Indian medicinal biodiversity, India is considered as the repository of all medicinal plants. We have a rich germplasm source. We have a natural habitat of 8,000 species of medicinal plants, out of which 50% of all higher flowering plant species in India, 70% found in tropical forests. Then India is considered as one of the top 17 megadiversity nations. So regarding usage, Indian system of medicine, you are using around 2,000 species. So out of 2,000 species, 90% demand met from the destructive collection from the forest. So we are spoiling the habitat of medicinal plants and we are depleting our germplasm source. Then 500,000 tons of dry material are collected destructively. Nearly 1.65 lakh hectare forest is cleaned every year. It's a very pathetic one. Then regarding trade of medicinal plants, out of 8,000 species, 10% are in active trade. 48 species are exported as raw drugs and extracts. And 100 raided species are in threatened state. So most of them are harvested from wild state. Then regarding domestic demand of raw herbals is nearly 2 lakh metric tons and export demand is 1.35 lakh metric tons to the value of 3,211 crores. The proportion of different forms of medicinal species in trade are herbs, climbers, shrubs and trees, out of which herbs plays the major portion, 41%. Then in the family wise also I have given. Then different pots we are using for the medicinal purpose, that also I have given. Then regarding representation of traded medicinal plants across different medicinal systems, out of different systems, Ayurveda uses the major proportion, that is 82%, whereas the Siddha only 58%. Then how we are getting all the raw materials for our Siddha preparations? Mainly from wild source, 61%, then 25% from wild and cultivated, then only 10% we are getting from cultivated source, then 4% exotic. So mostly we are collecting the raw materials, medicinal raw materials from wild source. So these are all the different geographical regions in India. There's a Trans-Himalayan, Himalayan 2, then Central Himalaya, desert, semi-arid, then Western Ghats, Northeastern India, Deccan Peninsula. These are all the different regions have their own germplasm source. Then status of traded medicinal plants, already we discussed 100 species of wild population are facing threat, 14 are globally threatened and endemic to India and deserve immediate conservation attention. This is very, very important. Otherwise, we will lose all germplasm and we expect raw material from other countries. So we are the pioneer of the Siddha system. We have to protect the raw materials. That is very, very important. Not only preparation, preparation comes second. First thing is we have to protect our plants. So how we are losing our biodiversity? There are two factors, natural and man-made. So environmental factors are natural, so it's not possible to escape the plants, high rainfall or low rainfall, dry condition, deforestation, then siltation of water bodies, lack of pollinators to develop new types. Then developmental influences, now the major threat, there's infrastructure development and submersion. Then agriculture and forestry methods, monoculture. So the clearing forests for monoculture, that's why we are losing forests every year. Then encroachments and over exploitation, these are the major problems. Then I will come to the major topic, challenges. What are all the challenges we are facing in the conservation of medicinal plants, particularly for communicable diseases and other crops? So the increasing demand, day by day the demand is increasing. See, last 2 years, unexpectedly the demand for the Kabasara Kodinir ingredients increased, and most of them were collected from the wild source, and different forest people, tribals, they collected from different source. We received only poor quality raw materials and we prepared the Siddha preparations. So the increasing demand of herbal raw materials causing tremendous pressure on their natural habitat, then shrinking natural habitat of medicinal plants from forests, then indiscriminate and over exploitation from natural source. Now, as far as Tamil Nadu or overall India is concerned, very limited number of crops are cultivated scientifically and given to the Siddha industry or Ayush field. In Tamil Nadu, only 3 or 4 crops are commercially cultivated, Glory Lily, Coleus Force Coli, medicinal coleus, then Senna. These 3 crops are commercially cultivated and traded without any difficulty, but other crops are not cultivated commercially because of poor market strength. So for that we have to arrange a good marketing facility for the farmers to supply their produce. Because of poor marketing, the farmers are not ready to cultivate the medicinal plants. Now, after joining as director, Sri Ganesh sir has taken steps to join with the Department of Horticulture to cultivate medicinal plants, and he is ready to procure all the raw materials for the TAMCAL. So that sort of arrangement is taking, and the university also, we are doing a lot of work on the awareness program and the conservation program, and helping the farmers to start farmer producer organization and APOs. Then so for most of the crops we don't have agro technology for commercial cultivation, then no serious efforts for commercial scale cultivation. Then other challenges are natural challenges. Forest fire is the major. Every year we are watching TV in all over the world. We are losing the medicinal plants from the natural habitat due to forest fire. Then illegal trading of banned high value medicinal plants. Some plants are banned by banned internationally, but illegally from the forest they are collecting and trading. Then excessive grazing, change in climate and weather pattern, cutting of medicinal trees for fuel, timber, etc., and lopping of leaves for fodder and cattle bedding also is a major threat. Then lack of awareness towards this valuable heritage, deforestation, socio-economic factors like free rider principle. We are allowing the people to collect raw material freely from the forest. That is a wrong policy. Then wrong land use pattern. Then lack of conservation spirit, excluding local communities and poverty. We are not considering the tribals for documenting the database, the availability of material and the usage of the medicinal plants. So we have to consider them also for conservation process. Then habitat destruction for development activities. Then poor database. This is very, very important. All over the world they are trying to document the availability of medicinal plants, their usage, then the tribals, those who are practicing using that particular medicinal plant, that type of database is very, very important. Then non-availability of quality planting material, that we are taking care. So what we have to do to conserve all, to meet the to face the challenges of the conserving medicinal plants. So for this only way is conservation. There are mainly two methods. One is in situ conservation, another one is ex-situ conservation. So medicinal plants conservation areas have been developed and started by FRLST and NGO in all states, particularly in southern states. So through national parks also we can introduce many medicinal plants. In the presence of Sri Ganesh ji, Director, I want to request him to start one state level medicinal park, like the park started near Noida. So National Medicinal Park they started in the 50 acres of land. All tourists are allowed and herbal practitioners also they are visiting, students, everyone. So likewise in Tamil Nadu also you can start support to start a national state level medicinal park to conserve medicinal plants. Then home gardens, we should encourage home gardens. Even our forefathers, at least they cultivate or they will have some plants like tulasi, tuduvalai, adadoda, like that some plants they cultivate in their home gardens. Such type of home gardens should be encouraged. Then Himalayan region should be protected. Then on-farm conservation also is possible. Then sacred groves, conservation of ethno-medicinal plants, biosphere reserves, desert biosphere reserve in Jodhpur. Then other method is ex-situ conservation like botanical gardens and arboreta, gene banks, nursery and demonstration plots, parks, field gene banks. These are all the way we can conserve medicinal plants. So among these priority, these are all the plants going to deplete or we are going to eradicate all these plants. So the endemism, Cycas bedomi of Tirumala hills of Andhra Pradesh is very good for the muscle pains, is now endemic, and we have to protect that Cycas bedomi. Then enlistment in public red data book, Hillardia populea, available in Andhra Pradesh and in Tamil Nadu. Only Tamil Nadu we have Kalvarayan hills, 20 trees are available, this Hillardia. It's almost, we used to call it as Malai Poovers. It's a very good plant for all fevers, body pain and diarrhea. Then high volume consumption of Ravolvia serpentina, Sarpagantha, Garcinia, Kokkam, then Cosnium fenestratum, tree turmeric. Then this destructive harvesting of Pterocarpus, red sandal, Decalypus, Mahalikilangu, Oroxylum indicum, Soricondrai, Saraka asoga. Asoga tree is very, very important. I think a director is taking steps. Already we have also submitted one project to central government. Then Hemidesmus nannari. Then the Decalypus hamiltoni is a phylogenetic distinctive plant. Now people are adulterating with the Hemidesmus. So we have to protect and give priority for these plants. So now due to the COVID situation for the past 2 years, these are all the crops very much in demand for raw materials. They collected most of them from the forest. So we have to consider all these crops for conservation, and we have to develop technologies and encourage farmers to cultivate, and we have to arrange market setup for all these crops like Ada Doda, Karpuravalli, Tulasi, Nilavembu, Tippili, Jiminima, clove, ginger, Korekilangu, Thuduvalai, Chitramutti, Kilanelli, like Sindal Kodi, all these crops. Then these are all the organizations, the national level, ICR Institute, Agriculture Universities, then FRLST, NGO, Central Institute, CSIR Labs, Ministry of Environmental and Forestry, State and National Medicinal Plant Boards, Botanic Survey of India, all involved in the research and training of this medicinal plant conservation. So based on their effort, these are all the crops we are concentrating on research and development activities. So as far as TNAU is concerned, we are conserving these medicinal plants in large scale in our Department of Medicine and Aromatic Crops. You can all visit our herbal garden, recently inaugurated by Honorable Governor of Tamil Nadu. So all species are more than 500 species we are maintaining. A board, everything we have kept in bilingual with usage, botanical name, family, everything. So you can, all students can visit and benefit out of our garden. So these are all the germplasm we are maintaining. We released some varieties also. So in medicinal coleus, Kurkangalang, we released one variety, Co.1. It's a selection from Theni local, so propagation by terminal cuttings. The tuber yield is 1.98 tons per hectare. Commercially, the farmers in and around Salem, Dharmavuri, Perambalur area, more than 5,000 to 6,000 acres are in cultivation by the coleus, medicinal coleus. So then the same way Co.1 Manathakali, Solanum nigrum, this is also we released last year. It's a very good plant for vitamin C and iron. It's amenable for multiple clipping, suitable for commercial cultivation as well as for homestead gardens and roof gardens. So then third crop I told you, glory lily is a very popular crop, but the seed cost is very, very high. To reduce the seed cost, we developed a microtuber technology. It's available for commercialization. So through this technology, we get quality planting material and we can save tuber cost by 50%, high seed yield when compared to conventional method. This is the way we develop. Through our agriculture business incubation, we are ready to sell this technology to the organizations. So now we are having more than 50 germplasm, 66 genotypes of Geminima, and out of this we found one type TNGSY 14 for high leaf yield as well as Geminima genin content. We are planning to release this as a variety for Tamil Nadu condition. Then in the same way, high yielding genotype, one of my PhD student, she evaluated the Kantangathiri Solanum surotens type. We collected nearly 55 accessions all over Tamil Nadu, and one best type SS13 we identified, and we are doing continuing the work, evaluation work. Then this is very important one, Java tea. This is my research work, so don't think Java tea is a new name. Punamisai Mooligai, I think you all know Punamisai Mooligai. It's a very common one, otherwise called as kidney stone plant. It's very good for gout. Even we practically used this Java tea. Daily I am taking Java tea. It's a very good one, antipyretic, anti-inflammatory, antimicrobial, antioxidant and hypoglycemic agent. There are two types available, purple type and white type. The main component is sinensetin, 0.2 to 0.5%. Because of the availability of this particular sinensetin, the kidney stones are diluted, and even if you have a creatinine, high creatinine, immediately within for 1 week the creatinine level comes down. This is a very, very important one. So see, this is the Java tea field. Just like tea grown in Nilgiris, the farmers started growing Java tea and directly they are exporting to foreign countries. Near Salem, Athur, more than 100 acres are 100 acres are in cultivation. So this is an excellent crop for kidney stones and gout. So from my student work, we developed one dip tea farm. So dip tea already we standardized 1 gram per kg of weight. So we thought that as such, if you recommend, no one will take. So we plan to give dip tea farm. So this dip tea is working very well. Now still I am working in combination of Java tea with other medicinal plants for different purpose. So there is Nannari. So almost we are losing the germplasm of Nannari or habitat, from the habitat. So from Rajabalayam Hills, we collected Nannari, Saduragiri Hills, Western Ghats, Parayur, Anamalai Hills of Madurai, Chittangulam. We collected the Nannari. These two types we collected, and we developed technology through biotechnology. We are multiplying the plants. So still the work is going on. If we develop a protocol, it's very easy to multiply Nannari. So other development of activities we did, we established a very good lab for analysis. Then we established new herbal garden, sacred tree garden of all religious as well as medicinal importance. Nowhere you find such collections. We have a very good collection of Marudam, Asoka, Rudraksha, all Yeti, Putranzia, Roxburgh, all rare plants we have. So this is the herbal garden, aroma garden. Very aesthetically we developed this garden. Last month our Honorable Governor inaugurated our herbal and aroma garden. So apart from that, we developed technologies for these root crops like Nannari, Vetiver, Aswagandha and Sadavari. As such, if you grow these crops in soil, it's very difficult. You don't get the high root yield. For that, we developed some technologies, growing of these crops in pipes or bamboos. You see, Nannari root harvested from PVC pipe, you see very lengthy root we can harvest. As such, if you harvest from soil, you don't get this much length of Nannari root. So this technology we developed. And for vetiver also same way, if you grow in PVC pipe of 6-inch PVC pipe or 6-inch bamboo, so we can get this type of lengthy root. The Aswagandha also same way. Then Sadavari also same. You see, all roots we are getting very lengthy roots. So this is our lab with all facilities. So our Honorable Minister of Agriculture visited our lab, and Secretary also visited our lab. So we are promoting farmer producer organization to cultivate medicinal plants. Then finally, from the topic, I conclude that we need strict policy for the conservation of plants from government side. Otherwise, no use. Daily we are losing one crop. So for example, I can quote Phyllanthus amaris Kilanelli. When I was in childhood, in school days, in all roadsides and streets, we can collect Phyllanthus amaris. Now it's not possible to collect Phyllanthus amaris. So we are in a very bad position. We are losing plants daily. Then botanical and ecological survey is very, very important to document the data. Then threat assessment, we have to assess the threat in the state level through State Medicinal Plant Board. Then ban on endangered medicinal plants collection from the forest. Then we have to identify the hot spots, and we have to protect the hot spots from fire and other hazards, particularly Western Ghats. Then strong research network. Now Agriculture University is doing very good research through our scientists and other stations. Then cultivation or domestication. We have to promote the cultivation of medicinal plants. For that we need organized marketing. If the marketing facilities are created, then the medicinal plant field will flourish like anything. Then we have to reintroduce the lost plants, then sustainable harvesting. Then finally, training and awareness program is very, very important about the conservation of medicinal plants and multiplication of medicinal plants. So before concluding my remarks, during the pandemic situation last year, our Director Sri Ganesh ji approached me, and they supported by giving Kabasura Kodinir to all our staff members, and Dr. Dhanam madam also helped us a lot, and they posted one Siddha doctor, and every week 2 days she came to our center, and we are thank you sir for your concern about this university and staff members. Really Kabasura Kodinir now like Indian curry without curry leaf and coriander, Kotamalli, அது இருக்கிற மாதிரி daily our Indian ஒரு drink மாதிரி ஆயிடுச்சு, common drink. Kabasura Kodinir is a common drink in all households. So with this I conclude my topic. If you have any clarifications, I am ready to answer. Before that, those who are interested can visit our garden, medicinal garden. They have a very good collections. So near inside the botanical garden, we have good collections of medicinal plants. Thank you.